than a plank so high. Keep your hand on your heart when the other's in a beehive. And better's a broken heart than an empty chest. Keep your hand to the heavens when the other's in a hornet's nest. You just gotta keep your head straight and your hopes up and your heart right. Brother, keep your head straight, hopes up, heart right. Brother, will you hold on hope when you got nothing left? 'Cause there's an underwater city that's found if you just hold your breath. Keep your hopes up and your heart right. No, you never have to fight alone. Yeah, there are bad days and real bad nights and pain right before your eyes. But for every inch of dark, there's a mile of light and pain. For every inch of dark, there's a mile of light. You just gotta keep your head straight. And your heart right. Brother, keep your head straight, hopes up, heart right. Head straight. And your hopes up. And your heart right. Brother, keep your head straight, hopes up, heart right. Head straight, hopes up, heart right. Rolling through the narrow, I don't really care though. Giggly off a glass of wine. Snap and keep it zero. Stuck it a Valero. Talking about what yours is fine. Love is on the brain, but love is such a pain. It makes me up and change my ways. It's got me feeling dazed and dancing in the rain. It makes me up and change my ways. If you're gonna break my heart, my love, make sure the cut is clean. And if you let me break your walls down, I'll let you hurt me. I'll let you hurt me, baby!
Hello, everyone. Welcome to the live stream. I'm gonna turn this down just a wee bit. But welcome to the WGC live stream tonight. What's up? It's John here with Patrick. A little different. No guitar for me, but for Patrick, it's Veritas time. Yes. So I have some stuff in the mail that cannot be revealed yet, but you might have seen on our Instagram. So if you have, you've already seen it. But comes tomorrow, supposedly, according to Sweetwater. So pretend we have been here already. Patrick, how you doing?
Good. How you doing?
Good, man. Good.
We have been here, but I don't think we've even really asked that yet. Still, so it's still valid.
No, it's been literally get on and reset everything because it all stopped working for whatever reason, and get ready for the stream tonight. So that's been cool. But yeah, tonight we're just gonna hang out with the boys, as you saw, just the two of us, just kicking it. Maybe go a little bit of some preview of a video coming up Patrick's working on if he's feeling up to it. I know he's got to practice for Sunday. Normally you're stuck with me practicing and having to hear that monstrosity of music. So maybe you can be graced by Patrick's playing instead of mine. And maybe we'll react to something. Who knows? Maybe we'll watch a song or we'll watch a video and react to it or look at some gear on a website. Really, the night is young. I have nowhere to be tonight, so we're going to see where it goes. But
yeah,
Patrick, how's your week been? I know you said it was a little long.
Yeah, it was long, but it was good. It was it's fun. Lots of events going on where I work and stuff like that, so I had to take care of that. But
Yeah.
also this week we found out who were we are playing at a I don't even know how to word this. I don't want to say a festival because that's not the right word.
I think that's a good word for it. It's like a barn festival, if that makes sense.
Sure, yeah,
Like a low-key
I guess so.
festival. Yeah.
But it's just like a little mini concert. But we're opening for Leland, so that's fun. We're gonna be doing that this week. Or not this week, sorry. That's in July. But
Yeah,
getting
we'll be
stuff
posting
around
about
for
that closer too. I don't know if I'll be able to make it. I gotta double check the date. I might be out of town in Nashville that week already. But
I think it's the 27th.
ooh, see, I go out that last weekend. I gotta check my
Okay.
flight to know if I leave on the 28th or the 27th. Because if it's the 27th, or if my flight's Friday, I will probably go. But
Yeah.
for those, just to say it again, Patrick's worship team at his church that he's a part of, they are opening for Leland. And that's going to be really cool. We'll definitely post some stuff to it. I mean, I don't know if it's going to be streamed or not. But we'll probably make a video or do something. If I'm there, I'll definitely make a video about it, and we'll get an in-person live rig rundown from Patrick for the Instagram. 100% we'll do a live video. Maybe if we can schmooze the audio guy, we can get a board capture. That'd be pretty cool. Or
That'd be
you know what we should get? Honestly, you should get I don't know how maybe us can figure it out collectively for WGC with my Zoom recorder. We should do in-ear recording if they'll let you.
Yeah, I talked to the company who's running like sound and everything like that, like the production company.
Yeah.
I talked to them today, and they were saying like, so we will have in-ear mixes and all that stuff, and they have a separate board running in-ear mixes. So I mean, really, it wouldn't be that difficult.
No,
really.
it might not be that bad if they're cool with it. Depends.
Yeah, I mean, well, even if I just captured my own, I don't think they'd really care.
I don't think they'd care.
Yeah.
I don't know. Sometimes they're weird with festivals. Who knows? Or like with concerts and stuff. But I wouldn't imagine they'd be fine.
They're just running. He was telling me today. He's like they're running 2 N32s, so like one for front of house, and one for ears.
I have to ask you offline who the company is. I'm curious if I know who anyone from there.
Yeah.
But
yeah,
it'll be very cool. I'm excited for you. Like I said, if anyone cancels,
oh yeah, 100%.
I'll be there, even if it's the boss.
Even if it's the what?
The bass. I actually was thinking about getting a bass the other day. I used to have one. I sold it because you were there when I sold it. I just didn't use it, and I used it to buy pedals. But now I kind of want a bass. I feel like I could do well if I practiced, but also I don't want to get I don't want to get stuck. Not that I think I'll be so good at it, I won't. Be anything else.
It's one of those things. Like once you make the information known that you play something other than what you want to play, you end up playing it.
Yeah, 100%. And that's my fear. I don't want to lose playing guitar. But yeah, so
yeah, that's accurate.
All right, so you're playing this Sunday, right?
I am. Yep.
What are the songs you're playing this weekend?
We are playing "I Believe" by Phil Wickham. "Trust in God." We're doing baptisms this weekend, so that's like our baptism song.
What is it again?
"Trust in God," Elevation.
Okay.
Yep. And then we are doing "Set My Heart." That's a vertical worship song.
Okay.
And then what's the other one that we're doing? Jeez. I feel like I can't even remember. I'm going to have to look really quick. Hold on.
Yeah. Are you putting your set list on your tuner?
No, funny enough, that's the reason why I bought the tuner. I was like, I could put my set lists on there and all that stuff, right?
Then you realize it was too small to read.
Well, yeah, so I'm sorry, Promises, Maverick City.
Okay.
So yeah, first realized it was too small to read for one, but two, like it was also like I like having my tuner on all the time to where I could see like what notes I'm playing sometimes, and also like how in tune those notes are.
Yeah.
Like so. Anyway, I like having that stuff and everything like that, but like I have it right now. If I ever do turn it off, I just have a picture of my wife and my dog on there.
Aw.
So.
Excuse me.
Yep.
Yeah. That's acceptable,
Yeah.
I suppose.
Yeah, and
Are you playing lead all weekend, or what songs are you playing lead for?
No, me and Aaron are gonna split. We're gonna do. I'm doing. I believe and trust in God, and he's doing promises and set my heart.
Okay, so that's what I am interested to see you play today, and you'll have to maybe tilt your camera down a bit so we can see your guitar more when you're playing. But so I was watching the worship tutorials video on, I think it is, and there's like 8 guitar parts in that song. Like
Oh
tracks.
yeah.
So I'll be curious to see how you mix and match and do all your parts.
Yeah.
I think you're good at that. I think you're good at merging parts together. So
Yeah, I
are
mean,
you
we'll
playing
see.
Yeah. I need you to see your guitar. I need you to probably tilt all the way down to the top of your head.
Don't mind my hands, everybody.
Oh, there you go. That helps. Yeah, now we can see.
Everybody got a good view of my hand.
For the most part, I mean, I can see your guitar. It's still a little blocked by your camera. Might have to stand. You might have to get a strap and stand.
Oh yeah, I haven't played that song in a really long time, so I don't even know I'll just figure.
Yeah, for now it'll be okay. You don't have to stand up yet. Not until you figure it out.
That's how I do the intro. And I might actually have. So here's another fun thing. So whoever does decide to jump in here is gonna get to see a little sneak peek.
Ooh, little sneaky peeky.
So let's go ahead and do that. So some changes that I've made on the board.
Yes. You want to give us a little walkthrough without giving away too much for the video? I mean, listen. Even the rewatch of this will not be as many as the pedal board video. So I feel like people could just get a playthrough, like just get a walkthrough, and still have a very informational video for those who do see this.
Well, I think. How well can you hear me right now?
It's pretty hard to hear you.
Okay. What about? Yeah, I'll try to do this. So.
Oh, there you go.
I think one thing that people are going to probably first off notice some stuff missing. Or there's 2 things missing and there's 3 things that are new. So.
Oh yeah, there are 3 things now that I think about it.
Yeah, so one of the things that is probably very obviously gone that people might recognize from my board in the past is my ACS1.
Mm-hmm.
And there are 2 other smaller things in its place now. So that's fun.
What are those? Are those the Kemper's tiny packs?
Yeah. No, these are
Okay,
actually
cool.
the Quad Cortex Minis.
Okay, cool. So you got dual Quad Cortex Minis.
Yep, Quad Cortex Minis. I got the
Cool.
red and I got the purple and the green one.
Well, that's you're a big fan of the Hulk, so that makes sense.
Yeah, and Barney.
Yeah, well, I love you, you love me anyways.
And then my Bloom has mysteriously gone.
It got squished, some could say.
It got
Got squished, bro.
Yeah, it got replaced with something like that. Well, yeah, I think for I Believe I would probably start off with something like an octave sound to help kind of cover that.
Yeah, can we go back to your playing?
Can you hear that?
Yeah, can you go back to your other camera?
Oh, yeah.
We don't want to give away all the goods.
They might have seen a little too much.
They might have seen too much. We'll just clip this part. Never happened. Cut it.
Yeah. So I have an octave on right now.
Mm-hmm.
Just running on my H9.
So what I'll probably do is for the stream, because we're learning Zoom has such harsh compression and it makes it so loud that I will be turning down and up the Zoom volume just to keep it from clipping super aggressive. So if anyone feels like it's too quiet or too loud, and we'll try and be mindful when we talk. Like we can't talk and play at the same time while we're figuring this out. So we'll be mindful about turning this up and on. So if there's a little bit of awkward transitioning between talking and playing and the volume, we're still working that out. We're still working out some kinks. It's been a minute.
Yeah. Well, yeah. So let's see that. So let's try that with some higher gain. You ready?
Yeah. Go ahead. Do you have any more gain you could stack on that?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. That was just my green side of my protein.
Yeah, let's get some more gain. Yeah, that sounds pretty good. Definitely.
Yeah.
Is there like okay, I think I want to hear the reference. I need to get the original sound in my head. I cannot think of it to save my life.
For the song?
Yeah. What key are you playing it in? The original key?
I don't know. I don't know what key I'm playing. I think I'm playing it in
Yeah, I think what you did sounded good.
I don't know what's... Now I need to hear the original so I know what the
Here's the original.
is.
This is right from Spotify.
Alright.
Can you hear this? No?
I believe there is one salvation, one doorway that leads to life, one redemption, one confession. I believe in the name of Jesus Christ. Hey! I believe in the crucifixion, by His blood I have been set free. I believe in the resurrection. Hallelujah, His life is there.
Can you still hear it?
All praise.
Can you still hear it?
No, it's gone.
Oh, that's weird. Hang on. Oh, I paused it anyways. But let's look at I want to look at multi-track, see what they say. I believe there is crucifixion. I don't know the words. I just confidently guess them every time. It's in the D originally. What are you playing it in?
What's that?
What are you playing it in?
We are playing... I don't even know if I was playing it in the right key that we're playing it in, so let's see.
Yeah, the original's in D.
We are playing it in G.
Oh, so not super far off.
I think I was playing it in A just then, like before.
Mm-hmm. Do you have a practice track?
What's that?
Do you have like a stem to practice with? You can share your screen and like listen?
Nope. I think this is it. So it'd be like...
Yeah. I think either one of those.
Which way is the right way? I have to listen to
It's
it.
it's
It's the...
yeah. I believe there is crucifixion. So, okay, I guess I have a question for you then, to talk for a minute. Um, how do you like? Do you guys not have like in your like PCO and stuff, in your practice materials? Do you guys have like the tracks and stuff for the right? So how does like the normal, like, let's say I was not someone who had a lot of access to like those types of materials on my own. So like if I was on your team, like what would I use to practice?
That's a good question because I don't know what other people use to practice. I can tell you that what I do is I just figure out what the original is and then I just try to transpose it the best I can.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll just move stuff around or like just make sure I'm playing the right notes and just
Yeah.
completely shift kind of how I'm doing it. I couldn't tell you how other people do it. I don't know.
So like
But no,
there's
we don't have any stems or anything.
nowhere in your PCO anywhere there's resources for music?
Occasionally, there are song select like chord charts,
Dang.
but I just don't even really use those either
So
because
do
I've
you
just
think
gotten
it's
used to
just,
not using them.
I'm not saying this in a negative way at all. Is it just like the caliber of musician is pretty high, so they don't have to worry about that as much, or was there like a method to that madness? You know what I mean?
Uh, I don't know.
Because actually, I think it'd be cool for a minute just to. I'm gonna turn off my musician sound. I don't know why that's on.
Yeah, I turned mine off. Is mine centered?
You're good. I didn't realize mine was on.
Okay.
I actually think it'd be interesting to talk about it for a minute, like the different ways you and I practice, because I do want to do that video where I learn a song and post it. You know, like you did with Son of Suffering.
Yeah.
We have incredibly different practice styles, like learning styles, which I think is cool.
Mm-hmm.
I am the opposite way of you. Like, I mean, yeah, I do learn it. I don't retab or anything anymore. Like I used to when I was starting, and I do want to do a video on that at some point where I show how I used to learn a song and like how I use Guitar Pro to like learn a song quickly if I'm really in a pinch, you know. But now it's like, I feel like the song box of even when I played other churches is all the same now, and I kind of know the general vibe of the 60 odd songs that everyone seems to play, you know.
Right.
But I am like different than you in that. Like I go on the multi-tracks because I have different logins and stuff like that, and I will download the tracks straight up and transpose them and play along with like stems to practice most of the time. Yeah. I find that interesting that you don't.
Yeah. I don't know. I feel like I just mostly play by ear for like everything.
Mm-hmm.
So like I'll just listen to the song and I'll like pick out like, okay, here's the lead or here is, like here's EG2 or whatever, right? Because I feel like in almost any new worship song, it's actually hard to pick out.
Oh yeah.
Like outside of like the things that are just like pushed further in the mix, like the really big, parts or whatever. I feel like it's hard to like pick out like what is actually the lead in this because there's like 10 guitars in there.
Well, I think
so
they're starting to get to that method where they're like, we don't have to play this all in one take. We can punch in and out as much as we want.
Yeah, exactly. So like that's what I'm saying. I think so. There's like literally 10 different guitar tracks in there, and so in like a lot of the times, like if you look at like so like we do use tracks at church. So we'll use what is it called?
Playback.
Yeah, I think it's playback.
The multi-tracks app, playback.
Yeah, I think it's playback. So
yeah,
like
it's probably playback.
We use that, and so we do use tracks and everything like that. But sometimes you go through there, like literally, I think for this song, I think there are like 10 electric parts, like, and they are simultaneous.
Yeah.
So like it's kind of one of those things like where you can get lost in the minutia of
100%.
what's actually happening outside of like the big lead. So like honestly, there are times it's like I'll just try to play something like either if it's a part that I could pick out and be like, yes, okay, this is like definitively a part that I could play throughout the song. Or if not, like I'll just come up with my own thing sometimes and everything. So like, yeah, I don't know, just stuff like that.
Yeah, I feel like, so I guess it depends on the church. If it's my home church, I'm doing what you're doing. Like I said, I don't really use chord charts all that often because I'm playing leads and I'm kind of making my own stuff up because I'm just filling spaces, right? Like you just said.
Yeah.
But like, I feel like I have had churches before that I've played with and I had a blast there. Like I'm always happy to play there again. They know I would love to come back. But they want me to play like note for note as close as possible. And so like, it's weird feeling, but like they go through all the trouble of having like 8 or 9 people on stage. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And I'll say that like I'm happy to do that. I'm happy to do like, note for note if that's what you want, especially if you have like, hey, we have like 3 electric players or whatever, so we have enough to cover all of these, so we want you to play note for note.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, okay, I'm happy to do that. Just like give me the resources to do that, which would be like multi-tracks and everything.
Yeah.
Just because it's like at that point, like I said, like it almost doesn't matter how good your ear is. Like there is some electric part buried in the mix there that is making
You're gonna
like this
miss.
much of a difference
Yeah.
that you're not going to know. So it's like just give me the resources and that's fine.
Mm-hmm.
But like if that's not going to happen, then it's like, well, I'm going to just use my ears, pick out exactly what I can, like 100%, and then
Yeah.
yeah. Yeah. So that's usually how I do it, but I try my best to like not look at videos or paper or anything like that or any sort of sheets just because it's like I want to use my ear as much as I can
Yeah.
when figuring it out.
Yeah. No,
And
I
we don't
definitely.
even get sheet music on stage. So like on stage we have no music. It's just all memorized. So
Yeah, at my church, they just started. I think you and I have talked about it before. I might have mentioned it here on the stream, but or
mhm.
in the video. They just started doing the. It's new to me. I shouldn't say it's new to them. Maybe it is. I'm not really sure to tell you the truth, but they're doing the confidence monitor with the chords in Pro Presenter,
Right.
and that is. I mean, I've just never seen it before. I think the first time
Yeah.
I saw it with Easter of this year, the first time I ever saw it. It is very cool.
Yeah. I mean, it's cool. I like the idea, but at the same time, I'm just like I feel like and like Steven, who's like our worship leader, I feel like like always trying to encourage like
Yeah.
people just to be like, just use your ear. Like just like,
Mm-hmm.
does it sound right? It's gonna sound wrong a million times. Like there's only one thing that'll sound like the note that it is.
Yeah,
So it's like,
I definitely am cool with it. Like either of them, I definitely am like down for that
yeah,
model. My worship pastor Eric, his whole thing is like he came. I don't want to speak for him. He's on sabbatical right now, actually, but I don't want to speak super for him. But the vibe I got when we talked was that he came from a place that maybe was a little on too far past the line. You know what I'm saying?
sure,
And
yeah,
so for
yeah,
him, it was like he struggled with the expectation when he was asking volunteer. And I'm
yeah,
not
yeah.
saying that what you're saying is wrong at all. I like it.
No, 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 I get it.
What up,
Yeah,
JetX? Good to see you, man. But yeah, for him, it was like these people work with a lot of blue collar people in my town, and like after they get home, they have a family and they don't have time to practice, and I'm stoked they're here. So
right.
it's both interesting because he makes fun of me because I don't use everyone has an iPad on stage with the multi-tracks app that's called, oh god, what is it called? Hang on.
You
It's
say it
called
was
Chart
playback?
Builder. No,
Oh,
they have a
gotcha,
second
gotcha.
app called Chart Builder, which you can it's actually a cool app. It will sync to the like to the chord chart, and it'll auto scroll on the app, synced with multi-tracks, like the playback app.
Oh,
Kind of
that's
like how
cool.
like a MIDI control, but via Bluetooth or whatever.
Sure.
But everyone makes fun of me because he's like, "Oh, try hard, John, not using the chord chart thing." I'm like, but bro, I'm playing leads. Like the
Yeah,
chart doesn't
yeah,
help me. Like
yeah.
so.
And I feel like I said, I like that because like I agree. Like there's like a certain I don't know like certain expectations could like push people away, which you don't want to do that. But at the same time, like you want to attract like quality people to your
Sure.
ministry,
Mm-hmm.
and so like yeah. And but that chart builder thing does sound pretty sweet. But yeah,
It's very cool.
the only thing we have iPads for is that's how we do our in-ear mixes. It's just through an iPad app, and
Yeah.
yeah,
Oh yeah, JetX, that app. So like, if your church uses multi-tracks or playback, there's another app. I think it's like an additional purchase, like in the subscription. But Chart Builder, it's really cool. So maybe actually, if you don't mind, I'll just show you guys real quick the app and how I get my resources for church. Let me do this. All right. Let me share the screen real quick.
Oh, I'm gone.
There you are.
I'm back.
I'm back. Back in the New York Blue. So, if I go to multi-tracks. Am I on my personal one? Yeah, I am. So, Chart Builder I can pull up, and I'll have to maybe share, like take a screenshot. So we use set lists and rehearsal mix. So I can go in here for this week, and these are all the ones I'm playing this week or this month, summer. I can go in and I can listen to the original, and it basically just pulls all the different tracks that I can pick and listen to, like to learn. And then the chart app, let's see if I can show it on here real quick. It might not look good. And then yes, we need you to play a little bit, Patrick, because JetX wants to hear that tone. But
All right.
This is what it looks like on the app. It might not do it justice.
All right.
So it looks kind of like this. So it'll auto stream on a Sunday when you hit play. It'll auto stream and start scrolling automatically along with the song as you're playing.
Fingerprints.
Yeah, ignore that. All right, let's hear some of your tones, my guy.
All right. Do you want to? Might need to bring the volume down a touch in there because of Zoom.
Oh yeah, I'm actually gonna real quick while you're playing. I'm gonna put you in full screen, and I'm gonna go run to help Megan with something real quick. All right, so you're good to play. I'll be right back.
All right. So here's just clean sound. Kind of clean. I'll throw some drive on it. So here's just my left side of my protein. And here is my stacked protein with both sides. Neck pickup. And then let's see here. Oh, so since you're in here too. Oh, thanks. Hopefully that means it's good. Here, I'll show you kind of a sneak peek of some things that are a little bit different. So let me switch to my camera here. All right. So you might notice a couple things that are a little different. So some of the things have gone away. You might see my ACS1's missing. And then my bloom is gone as well.
Hello, welcome back. Sorry about that. I know, JetX, that thing sounds amazing. Let's see that playing, Patrick.
What?
Switch back to your guitar. It is overflowing with tone. Yes, he is using an amp sim. But we're going to keep it a secret because we're in the middle of filming the video. So I will tell you, it's definitely not the Tonex pedals. And that's all I can tell you. I won't tell you the captures because you got to watch the video. But no, yeah, it sounds great. And I've told you that already. It's like Moses struck the rock and the water flowed out, but with tone. Okay, yo, I'm going to give you credit for that later, but we're going to use that. That might be our first sticker. I'll send you a free sticker if we make that, okay?
There we go. Well, yeah, anyway, that's...
It sounds great. Let me turn you back up talking-wise.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I mean that sounds great, man.
Yeah, thank you. I like it. It's been fun. And I like, well, I'll tell you what the compressor is because that's kind of like I'll still make a video on that. But I traded my bloom. Well, not traded. Sorry, my bloom is sitting on the table behind me. I got rid of my bloom for a Bondi Squish as.
Yeah,
So,
it sounds good.
which is great. Yeah, the bloom is like an optical kind of compressor, which sounds awesome. I still, I love it. It's great. But like it just kind of colors my sound. Like it worked awesome with the ACS one. The bloom
Mm,
like really worked great with the ACS one.
yeah,
Especially because I wanted the color of that compressor in that when I did that. So that was awesome.
gave the
But
ACS one it felt like a little more life.
yeah, yeah. And with these new things,
The the
uh
the Quad Cortex Minis.
yeah, yeah, the Quad Cortex Minis. I the Squish as is like a VCA style compressor, which is like I hate using like the buzzword of like transparent, but
But
that's
it
kind of what
is.
it is. It's like a transparent compressor.
Mm-hmm.
So like you can so here I'll just switch back to my board view really quick and turn this
Yep.
back on. And one of the things so there we go, there's that.
All right.
And let's switch back to my board view. So if you watch the Squish as, I don't know how well it's going to come across on camera if you can see it, but there's a bunch of little lights down there. It's a VU meter. There's like 6 or 7 lights on there, and it kind of tells you how much compression you're getting when it engages. So it's like,
Oh yeah, we can see it a little bit.
and here I'll turn it off and play with it off. So here's nothing.
Yeah,
So
you can definitely hear a difference.
yeah, it does a little bit. There's a difference to it, but like it's a small difference. It's not like and it's not really coloring the sound
Mm-hmm.
of my amps at all. It's a pretty small difference,
Yeah,
and it's just I don't know, it's great. I usually shoot for, I don't know, right around like 3 to 6 ish dB of compression.
yeah.
Um, and it's nice being able to like see that, and it's also just nice like I said, the fact that and it works really like a studio compressor. Like I feel like I'm
Mm-hmm.
working with like a plugin when I do it because it's just like, okay, here's my input. This is how much I'm sending to it.
Yeah.
What ratio am I attacking it? And then I could also like, which the only thing you can't really adjust on it is like your attack and release. That is kind of like tied to the ratio knob. So I have mine set at like a 4-to-1 ish ratio, right around there, and uh that has like a set how do I say that? Like a set attack and release value based off of what ratio you're set to. But you can still, you say your input, you say your output, and then there's also like a blend knob for how much of your dry signal you want to add in there. And then there's also what was it? There's like a tone, like a what's the word for it? A tilt EQ in there. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
So it's great. I love it. It's awesome. And I'm super, super happy with it. So my Bloom is sitting for sale right now on Reverb.
Purchase it from him with his exact settings. The WGC exclusive.
I don't know how I could send my exact settings with it.
Yeah.
Probably change a lot, but yeah.
Nah. But no.
Oh, thank you. I love this offset, man. It's my favorite too. It's become my go-to. So
Yeah, it's a great that's what I would describe. Yeah, I agree. I feel like we're both like reading it because we're both got old person eyes and we're like, in my day. And he's like jumbo font.
yeah.
Now you know what I also thought would be fun to just talk about in between playing and not playing? Dude, we need to get ourselves some hats. A little bit of promo merch for the channel. Some WGC hats or maybe some stickers for like our cases and stuff.
Well, I wasn't going to tell you, but I may or may not have some shirts coming.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, do you make two?
More than two.
Okay, we're gonna have to talk. We're gonna talk about this after. Wait a second. This is exclusive. I need to make stingers like the JHS show, and like so I can like make things pop up. Like I need to start making stingers. Actually, that is one thing I want to make here soon. Is our own. I'm just gonna put it on the screen real quick.
Like the shameless plug thing.
Yeah, like I want to make that, and then I also want to do this. Our audio's gonna disappear for a second. Starting soon screens or whatever. I put it back.
Oh yeah.
I want to make those stream starting screens and stuff like that because I think that would be cool to make, like a WGC, like a spinning wheel, you know?
Right.
And then like maybe we can work on some music for it or something. But
yeah, I would love to use like those little stinger things that you're talking about, but like
we're gonna start making them.
Use things that don't make any sense. Like let's just steal other people's like we could do like the Arby's like the heat we have the meats.
Oh no.
Like
we have the meat people. Like the Taco Bell.
The meaty tone. The meaty tone.
Oh god. Hey, can you like listen, I don't care that people are watching. This is where we have the tones.
We have the tones, yeah.
Yeah, you get it. I don't care that people are watching. I don't care this is a live stream. Will you send me a picture of the shirt on my phone so I can look at it?
Oh yeah. Well, it's not done yet. So like I don't
Did you have like a draft?
No, not really. I just told like one of the guys that I work with, he also works for a company that like makes stuff like that, and I just told him what I'm looking for, and he's like, okay. So I sent.
We have to pay him.
No, I'm gonna pay him.
What? I'll throw you some cash for it.
Yeah, but it's a black shirt with like our logo, like just on like the like left, like
I'm cupping the moob, but like right
yeah,
this
yeah.
Cool.
And then there's a big one
demonetized, but like in this region.
Yeah, and then there's a big one on the back.
Dude, I'm so excited.
Yeah, just a black shirt though, but yeah, it'll be sweet.
I'm so excited. I'm gonna pull this up, see if we can design a hat real quick.
Who would buy a Worship Gear Co hat if we made them?
I would hope at least someone would. I don't even care. I just want it. Well, so I got the Yay Sports hat. I'm pulling. Hang on. I need to pull this over. We're gonna do this. We're gonna share screen.
Oh, Jeddick said he would buy one.
Heck yeah. Oh, gosh.
Part of me is like, I want merch because it's like I would love to wear like our stuff, but then there's like a part of it that says like I don't know if we're big enough to sell any merch yet, you know.
I don't care.
And it's like
merch. Let's just make merch.
It's like even if nobody buys it, I'll just wear it.
So this is where I got. This is the Jake Fowler special. This is where I got that Yay Sports hat for anyone looking to buy and make their own hat.
You can go. Oh, look at that one, dude. That's like that blue one's like an old man on a tractor hat.
I know. I love it so much. I want to see if we can do like a custom image on this hat. Let's pick like a brown one, whatever. It doesn't really matter what color.
Game day. What website is this?
Ascot and Hart.
Is this like? This isn't like a Temu hat website.
No, it's legit. It's where I got my Yay Sports hat. WGC
logos.
Did you see it? Oh, there it is.
I see like 10 of them.
Shh. Shut your mouth.
Rounded brim. Yeah.
Just for now, I just want to see what it looked like, bro.
Yeah, I gave up on flat bills because I don't think I look good in flat bills. So.
Yeah, no, I look like an ant wearing a helmet, so I'm not doing that.
Okay. Hear me out.
Okay.
If we did that, I would almost want to make it tiny and put it in like the bottom right-hand corner of the hat.
Like that?
Let's see. I'm watching on YouTube, so there's a delay. So let's see.
You could watch on your Zoom.
yeah, kind of like that.
That's pretty cool.
I could watch it on my Zoom.
Hang on, let's do this too. Let's add like
we have the tones.
You knew exactly. Actually, I feel like we're going somewhere with this.
You know, here at WGC, we specialize in meme merch.
Oh my god, you know what? I know exactly what I want to use too. If you're gonna say meme merch, so be careful there. Something like that could be kind of fun though. I mean, like just something, or like you could put it there.
Yeah.
Hang on.
Yeah, that would be kind of fun.
How do I... Oh, this. Oh, God. Why did it do that? What?
I feel the same way, Gen X, dude. Like I gave up on flat bills. Like I said, I just don't look good, and I feel like I look like I'm trying to be someone that I'm not. So.
No, it's not a shape for me either. How do I edit this?
I have my tinfoil flat bill somewhere, but that's the one of the few that I actually still have.
Why is it doing that? Okay, there we go.
Do you think Arby's would sue us?
I mean, we're saying we have the tone, not the beef.
Meat.
I thought it was we. Oh, it's we have the meats. I thought it was we have the beef.
Yeah, it's the meats.
Oh. Oh, okay, there it was. Hang on. Oh, God. Yes.
What if we moved like the WGC logo to like the back of it, like kind of next to the snap? You know what I'm talking about?
Yes.
Like right where it kind of goes into the snap. How much are these hats?
Uh, get a quote.
And are they sewn or are they like just screen printed?
No, they're like a puff print. They're very cool.
Okay.
Let's do this. Let me go back and restart the hat because I feel like I screwed something up. $42
For one?
for one. But these would be for. These would not be a merch thing. They're too expensive.
Yeah. That's the old veteran hat, bro.
Yes. I listen.
Like
Oh crap.
Operation Enduring Tone.
Ooh. I feel like we've had a couple memes already. We could just put in quotation marks Bradford.
Bradford. Can we send one of those to Bradford?
He's like, why do people keep telling me I'm not real? We gotta get it fun though, like that.
Yeah, yeah.
Although, do you think it'd be more fun like this?
No, I like the other one.
Yeah, I like the other one too.
That just send him the the wavy one.
Yeah, that's the one we'd have to send Bradford.
That'd be funny.
If we were to make Bradford a hat, I know, right? We have the tone. Ooh, on the bill could be pretty cool, yeah. We'll have to work on this because I think I would love a WGC hat. Honestly, like our old, I don't actually know if it's still up there. Let's take a look. I would want to do one like even like that, like the WGC logo. You know how we had the very first early logo where it's just the WGC with the leaves in the...
Yeah, dude, can I just say this, dude? Like I love our logo. I think
I do too.
we nailed it from the beginning. You know,
Yeah,
like
we did good.
like it wasn't like obviously like you guys didn't see that, but like John and I had like before we even started the channel, when we were just talking about the channel, we probably tried like 5 different logos.
5 or 6, yeah. I'm actually gonna
Yeah,
look to see if I have any old ones to show you guys.
yeah, and then like before we like the one that you guys see now is the one that we had from the start of the channel, like when we actually started posting videos and stuff like that, and I love it. I think it's great.
Here's the big version of it. Let's see. Oh, here it is. Here's the old one. Ah, this is like a puke green though. Do we have a non-puke green one? Oh, here you go with purple. This was the original logo. Well, we weren't originally going to be called, remember, we weren't actually originally called WGC. We called ourselves something different. Do you remember what it was? I do.
What's the deal with that?
What's the deal with that? We were going to be
right.
We were only going to be a podcast originally.
Yeah.
But I think this would be a cool hat logo, just like the letters like that.
Yeah.
As an idea. But
A throwback pre-channel logo.
Yeah. I feel like, you know what else would be cool? Like something like what's the word I'm looking for? Like that pedal show. I think they have great merch. Dan and Mike.
Did you see their recent episode
Which one?
about Dan's sister?
No, what? I didn't see that.
Dude, Dan's sister is like what's her name? Uh she's like one of like the she's like one of the original like CCM people.
Wait, really?
From Hillsong. Yeah. She's from Hillsong. What's her name, man? Like
Sharing
look,
the screen.
yeah, you should look it up. Just go to that pedal show.
We're gonna turn this off of that too. I wonder if this channel follows that pedal show. I've really gotten into their stuff lately.
Yeah, they got some good stuff.
Shocker, I know. Oh, well, fix that. So I watched this one today.
Now we follow that pedal show.
Yeah, now we do.
So there it is, to 3 over.
This
A
one?
practical discussion on guitar tones in church.
Oh,
There it is.
Because it keeps it light
Darlene.
with slow roasted shredded chicken and finely shredded purple cabbage.
Yeah, we're gonna react to this in live
Tortilla?
time, guys.
That's not true. Introducing the new Cantina Chicken Burrito, only at Taco Bell.
Hold on. Putting my guitar away.
So, darling, check. On any given Sunday, you'll have 25 million people around the world singing your songs. Genre-defining artist. But probably the most important thing is, darling is also my sister.
Because I remember going into church for the first time with an electric keyboard under my arm.
I'm just gonna preface for anyone who wants to join. Yes, this is a YouTube channel, live streaming, watching a YouTube channel, because it's relevant. And honestly, okay. Side note before we get too far, did you expect any hint of like worship playing in these guys' like repertoire? I
No,
didn't at all.
this was 100% out of left field for me. I had no idea. Like I watched them all the time, but like I had no idea that. Yeah, I had zero idea. So this video was like way out of left field for me.
Today, this is one thing that made me think about it. Look at behind them. Look at the not Dan. Oh my God, Mick. Thank you. Look at Mick's amps behind him. A Matchless and a Personas.
Yeah.
Like that is
A
the
Personas.
worship.
What?
No, not
Oh, Prosonic.
Prosonic. Thank you.
Okay.
I think it's the Prosonic behind him. But like his amps are
Kind of worshipy amps.
yeah, I think so. Mixed Gold Top, Mythos, Dan's Rig. I want his amps. Gosh, I know this is highly entertaining. I know. We might not see it right now. Doesn't matter. I want to watch this for a minute.
And I'm like, this is going to be awesome. And I just remember walking in so excited and then getting marched out.
Then you get the power for the driving, you know.
Their logos, their scenes behind them.
Yeah.
And you mentioned about a sound that maybe we didn't want. So let me just...
John, that's the sound you want, though. Yeah.
Oh, nice. He's playing a boogie. Is that a dual rack? That is a dual rack. That's a John Petrucci dual rack right here.
Oh yeah.
That is a John Petrucci all day. I know that amp anywhere. And then a Friedman with a 1x12 or 1x10 maybe. It's kind of interesting.
And I thought, I know a couple of people that could help us out with this. A little bit of context.
Hang on. I want to go back to the welcome.
To me, it's like really
everyone, welcome to the
surprising
show. Dan here.
that they've never done
Darlene
like
here, hello.
a video on like worship stuff.
Thank you guys
Consi-
so much
like
for doing this. This is-
obviously, like you know, the guitar market is much bigger than worship players, but like,
Yeah.
I mean, we are a big part of it.
We're a huge nerdy part of it
Yeah.
for playing 4 chords. Anyways.
So today we're talking about guitar playing in church, and there's 2 reasons for this. One, Mick and I get asked questions about this all the time that we are in no position to answer.
Okay.
The second reason is I'm in Australia at the moment, and I thought I know a couple of people that could help us out with this. A little bit of
So maybe
context.
that's why we didn't get the idea.
I
'cause
don't want
it's
to
a-
embarrass you too much
Yeah.
by just reading our stuff on the Wikipedia page.
Oh, Lord.
But
Please don't.
a couple of bits and pieces. So Darlene Check, described as being the architect behind the modern praise and worship music. On any given Sunday, you'll have 25 million people around the world singing your songs. Genre-defining artist. But probably the most important thing is Darlene is also my sister. And when I say that, I don't mean, hey, we're all family. I mean, our parents are the same. You know,
Literally.
literally the
Olive
same.
Garden, baby. When
And
you're your
David
family.
Holmes. So David's been playing guitar and doing projects with Darlene since 1988, I think, since your first album. And I've been a massive fan of David since then, an amazing guitar player. So yeah, guys, thank you so much for doing this. This is brilliant.
Dan's awesome.
Awesome.
I wanted to have a practical conversation today about playing guitar in church. I remember when you started out, and when I first came to see you at the church in Sydney, I was like 10
Also,
people
I
there,
love that
and there were
Gretsch.
another 10 of the best
Which one?
musicians in Australia. on
The
stage with
one
you,
that
right? If we
David's
just talk
holding.
about
Oh yeah,
in
beautiful.
those early days, what was it that
I
you thought
think it's a
really
duo
about?
jet.
I guess I wish it was that clear for me back then.
Right.
Because I remember going into church for the first time with an electric keyboard under my arm.
Okay, side note, I feel like every time I talk about church in a different country, I'm always like, what? I don't know. In my head, Australia is like kangaroos.
People outside of America are Christians.
No, like just Australia specifically. I just think of like fighting kangaroos, like surfers, and
Kangaroo Jack.
shrimp on the Barbie. And I think honestly, yours is this might get me in trouble. I think of like crappy reality shows,
Okay.
like the Love Island type stuff. You know what I mean? It's like like
Oh,
Like, I
God.
think of those kind of like dating shows. I don't know why, because that's not
Yeah.
it. Cause, on Nigerian worship music, that sounds pretty cool. I do know there's Christians everywhere else. Obviously, America did
Thinking,
not
"Oh,
do
this
that.
is gonna
I'm
be
not
so
that
great."
person. But I
It's
don't know
gonna be
why. Every time I
awesome.
think
There
of
were no
Australia, I think
guitars
of
on platform there.
everything
There was
about that.
just,
And I go,
a
"Oh,
little
I
bit of
forgot what
drums,
Hillsong's there."
piano, organ, and I'm like, this is going to be awesome. And I just remember walking in so excited and then getting marched out
Okay.
because that was just not acceptable. And
I'm gonna
after
skip
that,
around,
I
I think,
thought,
if that's okay.
we're going to go and do
Yeah.
youth work.
What do we
How
do?
much
Serving
more
the
fun is
song,
that? We
appropriate
set up a
appropriate
band
worship.
that would.
It's just sweet, clean tones.
Oh, I'd be curious to hear about Nigerian worship music. I
would
forgot.
too.
Gen X, you're in college
Yeah,
for
I was just
worship,
gonna
right?
say,
Yeah, like
can I
Liberty
add
or
to that?
something.
So, because he's confident that with the vocalist would be enough for a tiny church or a stadium.
Okay.
Because it's
Yeah.
confident.
Okay.
Ooh, ODR.
Awesome.
Hang on. I'm definitely gonna go back and watch this whole thing later.
And
Oh, you are.
there you can generate a lot of energy. I mean, powerful.
But you can't play like that all the time. If you did that from start to finish, you're not serving a congregation. They
the
don't
the one
start
thing
there.
I'll say,
They'll-
you pause it really quick.
Yeah, we'll come back to this later.
The one thing I'll say about his sound, and not that his sound is bad, he definitely knows better than I do, 100%.
Sure.
But like, I think that like worship music's a little different and just a little bit more diverse than what Hillsong does.
Yeah.
Like the sound of Hillsong and the sound of Bethel and the sound of Elevation are different sounds.
Yeah.
You know, like sure they're all like kind of ambient and all that stuff. Like that's cool. Like that's like a commonality they all have. But like the drive sounds and like the amp sounds are just different sounds. And so she's like, oh, like you can't like, you know,
Have
you
that
can't
on
just
the whole
like,
time.
yeah. And it's like, oh, that depends. Like,
Yeah. What are you playing? We praise you. Or we playing Oceans.
yeah, exactly. And it's like, and like you could argue that people are just as worshipful in those big, heavy driving sounds and songs as they are in like the really low, super, super ambient, hardly playing anything.
No.
You know? So
No,
Yeah.
I think the whole worship like sound culture. And now we're really transitioning away from what I thought we were talking about, but In Hillsong guitar is a guitar, an elevation guitar, the pad synth. Bethel's a mix of both. That's how I feel about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get what you're saying. I get that. I feel like I find myself more, if we're going to use that example, Jedix's example, I find myself enjoying the elevation playing almost more. Elevation with a hint of Bethel, depending on what music I listen to driving to church.
Yeah, I think like just like straight up guitar sounds, I definitely prefer Elevation or Bethel to Hillsong, I think. Just like I love that like Elevation, like you look at like E. Edwards or whatever, he's getting into like non-traditional worship amp territory sometimes, I think does he have a Friedman?
He does PRS, the Hendrix.
Oh, it's a PR. That's right.
That Hendrix, the HX100, and then he does a Fendery type amp as well.
Yeah, which I think that PRS is that like a Marshall clone.
Yeah,
I think
it's like a JTM 800 or JTM.
Yeah. Which that sounds just killer. Like it sounds so good.
I agree. I think the whole culture of that is interesting. Like, God, culture feels like a Christian-y buzzword too to me. But like, I think the whole encapsulation. I'm gonna try and pick a different word every time. That whole thing of worship guitar. It's like, I don't know. It's like what you're saying, I guess. I'm going to repeat you a bit. I don't think about it that way. Like, I don't know. I just feel like if it fits how I feel and, like, I just get to read the room a little bit. If the whole room is like, maybe I'll turn off my drive pedal. I don't know. I have two on. Like, I have the Morning Glory on all the time. It's a part of my sound.
It'd be a little different, like, if you, like, showed up with, like, a 5150 that was dimed.
I've done that before.
And you were like playing Oceans with it, right? Like then I'd be like, okay, like hey,
I've
maybe
definitely played 5150 on my Helix. My first time I ever played at a church because I didn't know any better. It was like a rocker, verb, clean, and then for the lead sounds, it was a 5150, and I just had a flip switch on my Helix.
Yeah. Oh, and that's the thing though, is you can make that stuff work, and you can make it work really well. It's just like you need to find the right spot to use it.
Yeah.
So like when we get like, like whenever like you see like John and I do like a will it worship, like the answer is like, yes. Like
the answer is gonna almost
it always
yes,
will.
Unless it's like so obvious that it can't, like the Randall Satan amp, Ola England signature amp.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
That one.
Yeah.
Honestly, no, you know what? I'll go because I have the clean channel. It'll still worship. Unless it was like channel 2 exclusive Randall Satan 100-watt with oversized Celestian vintage 30s and a tube screamer.
Oh, he says if it's singing a local line. Oh, that's cool. Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool.
That's awesome. Yeah. At least I feel like you can make like, it more so like it's not that like the sound of his amp of Ola's amp couldn't work. Like I'm sure you could make the sound itself work. But it's like, I don't know if I bring that amp into like a church. It's like
Randall Satan.
Yeah. It's
Why?
like but like I just think like, eventually one of these days, I'm telling you, one of these days we will do a Will It Worship Metal Zone. Like the classic everybody hates this pedal.
That's already, if you're in the forums, it's already been proven.
Is it?
Yeah, Candace has used one. Jake Fowler.
Oh, has she?
Yeah, Jake Fowler's posted a bunch about it. He's used it a ton.
Okay.
So, yeah, exactly. It will. We're still going to make the video because I want a Metal Zone, and that might be what I buy next, honestly, with that gift card.
All that Sweetwater credit.
All that Sweetwater credit. Rest in peace, the 8-string. You will be missed. I don't feel bad about selling it, which is good.
Yeah, John sold the 8-string.
I did. You know what? It was a very expensive guitar to never leave the studio. And it went to someone who wanted it and like who was going to play it. And they actually lived in Michigan, so that was really cool to be able to give it to someone and drive it to them, opposed to like ship it and be horrified it's going to break and destroy. But yeah, I'm currently seeing if my other thing, if I got any updates on
a sad day for worship in general, right?
Yeah, I mean it's a hard day for everyone right now. Prayers on
right.
Day of worship in chat.
But
between
John will be getting something new here.
Something new. You can check out
tomorrow.
Picture between 10 and 2 says I have a new. I'll tell you about the pedals. I'll just tell you about it, JetX, and whoever watches this later. We're getting a D1 Mako. Thank you. For
Thoughts
the
and
top
prayers.
reserve. In the words of Frankie from the basement yard, God, I really need you. Straight up, freaking light shooting from my fingertips. Pew! Jesus, direct line. Like, I'll have to find that clip and post it. Just repost it. But I will. You know what? I will repost that to our story. I don't know unless there's a lot of swearing. But D1 Mako version 2. I've already sold the V1 way back when. Getting another one because I want it. I like the sound and I want onboard delay controls so I don't mess with anything. You know. Okay, so the moment I want to just go over, hit the reverse knob, and just have reverse delay. Laley, full pedal, full volume, mono, and Zach Myers PRS. I'm so excited for it.
Which, sorry, really quick, going back to the Laley, are you selling your
Not
Ernie
right
Ball?
away. Not right away. I'm gonna wait to make sure I like it and like I want to keep it because it is expensive to commit to without. Yeah, praise God, right? It is really expensive, and I feel like just to sell it, and then what if I accidentally hate it? You know, I could always get another Ernie Ball pedal, but it's like I have one. Why would I return it, sell that for less, and then have to buy one again? You know what I mean?
You still have the TU3 though, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
So this is what the board looks like as of right now. It might not. It might be kind of hard to see in the dark, but we'll try. Is it working? No. Gosh, we're so good at this.
I see a cup.
There we go. So, I ended up putting the TU3. So I'm going to put into the Dingus, immediately into the TU3, then into the Morning Glory, drive section to the pedal, to the volume pedal, volume to the front of the stomp. Then I'm going to run my delay and my reverb in the effects loop of the Helix stomp. So that way I can put it before or after the wet effects, depending on like what amps I'm using. Like if I'm playing a rock or an indie thing or a church thing, a little more control. And then out. And then out to the, and then also because I have the summing feature on the stomp, I can go out how I need to with the canvas. So that is my, that's going to be the rig. So I'm excited. It'll be cool. And then I also, if you notice, I put the tin of picks on the bottom. We might be getting a chorus pedal soon.
You got one in the HX.
No. We might be getting a JHS Emperor when it gets back in stock.
I had an Emperor.
Honestly, I almost bought a Julia and didn't tell you. But I didn't want you to hate me.
Julia or Juliana?
Julia. I don't think I need stereo chorus personally. Like, I don't know if I care enough about it being stereo or mono. Yeah, the Emperor does sound crazy.
You know what else you should look up though?
What?
You should pull up Sweetwater.
Let's do it.
This is the way this video has evolved. I love it. That we always sorry, I say evolved, I mean devolve. We always devolve into Sweetwater.
That's how you know we're getting towards the end of the stream. All right, what am I looking up?
Jackson Audio New Wave. I think you will love the look of it.
Oh God, that's honestly how people can get me to buy stuff too. Oh God. So I almost trade. I'm keeping.
Hey, I bought that microphone. Sorry, I'm still like a second behind.
Oh, you're okay. Go to the Zoom.
I know. I'm just doing it so I can see like the comments and stuff.
I know, I'm just giving you a hard time. All right, so that looks sick. What is it?
Yeah, it's a chorus vibrato.
Oh God, I just saw the whole thing. That's pretty cool.
And it's MIDI controllable and everything. Like I said, the look of it screams something you'll have on your board. It's like the same color as like the Cloudburst.
It is just cool. See, this price is a little better.
What is that? Oh, is it on sale? Yeah. $43 off.
And then the Juliana's on sale too right now. Or the Julia, excuse me. So
I think
I have
even the Juliana is. If you go to Walrus's website, Walrus has like a Memorial Day sales extending through to like today.
Let me take a look because this should be reflecting it on.
Sweetwater.
Yeah. Plus, that's where the credit is, my guy.
Yeah.
It's on sale, $42.
Oh,
So-
okay. The Juliana. Yeah.
So I have mono chorus so on my Stomp I have a mono patch which is identical to my stereo patch, just everything's mono and summed. Like it's all mono effects, and then it's my amps that are mixed and panned back together, opposed to stereo, which is completely separate. I honestly, genuinely, I think I like the sound of my mono rig a little better with all the mono effects, and I do the stereo effects on the Helix, just on the Stomp.
I like how you add like the justification, like the defending in there. You're like, but only on the stop. Like anything.
What up, Casey? Well, no, I mean, because
What's up, Casey?
I honestly, I was thinking about it, and I wasn't going to tell you. I was just going to buy it and just see if you noticed it was back on the board. Like, I actually like the Juliana sound a lot, and I miss it a little bit. I'm going to be honest. I should have sold it.
Oh,
so I think doing outboard features from the Stomp and keeping that as my amps, and like the odd effects, right? Like the tremolos and the weird pitchy things I might want here and there. Because like I'm putting all my time and my wet effects into my loop, so I can move them around post or pre amps depending on like the amp I'm using. So, and I love chorus.
Here.
I use chorus a ton.
Casey, I'll show you a little sneak peek preview of what everything's been what's been going on.
You can tell he has two Quad Cortex minis.
Yeah, the Quad Cortex minis, the green and the blue, or the green and the purple.
Barney.
Huh?
The Barney.
Yeah, the Barney.
Dude, that is what you should, honestly, we should just call it the Barney.
Two Quad Cortex minis and Bondi Squishes. It's pretty sick.
Can we meme out this a bit further, please? I have an idea. Go with me here.
The Quad Cortex minis?
No, the Barney.
Oh, okay.
Can you make a generic patch on your Strymons that just the reverb the big cloud, Jesus, the big sky just says I love you, and the timeline.
And then the timeline says you love me.
And then just hide a picture of Barney on the tuner.
Oh gosh,
that would be perfect. Come on, come on, dude.
I could definitely do that. That's not even.
For a picture, we need to do it.
I'll do that for when we open for Leland. I'll have those set on my thing.
But you gotta do WUV. I love you. You love me.
Yeah, I can do that.
Do you get to pick the color
on the Quad Cortex
QC?
minis?
Yeah, on the QC mini.
Yeah, you do.
Okay,
it's in the software.
That's cool.
Yeah.
I would be picking, probably orange and green or orange and yellow, as you could guess. I mean, shocker, I pick orange and green and yellow.
Yeah, you can make it. Boy. I think they have like certain like a mix of colors that you can have or whatever.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, it's pretty sweet. And I've seen a lot of people say like the software is not very intuitive, and maybe it's just because like I do like some like producing and tech stuff anyway, that it's just like I thought it was very intuitive. I was like, okay. I was like, this makes sense. Drag this here, do this here. Yada yada.
I think it's like Windows to like a Mac user who's not like a big computer person, or like Android to a not big like tech person. Like
sure.
Apple just works. It looks great. We're on Apple. I love Apple. But like you get so much more. You do get more with Windows, like as far as picky stuff, but doesn't look as good. That's how I feel about the Tonex stuff. That's how I feel about most things, honestly. Like most of the guitar editing softwares don't look fantastic. Like they're just like blocks with.
I think Tonex though is probably one of the, in my opinion, I feel like it was one of the more like put together ones.
I like the Tonex software I have on my Logic.
Yeah, like Helix, like. And I think it's probably just like a little less. I'm not saying it's less intuitive, because I think for what it is, it's very intuitive.
Yeah.
But I think like Helix is just maybe like a little bit more confusing, just because of the amount of things you can do with a Helix.
Oh, like
so it has to, Yeah, like it has to cram all of those features, like snapshots, like all those things.
It is hard to learn.
Like,
It does have a learning curve for sure.
well, like, and then the fact that you can like, program like certain buttons to basically like turn off like 7 different effects at one time,
Yeah.
and like turn up your amp gain, and all that stuff, right?
It's so yeah. I
It
just
is
got
very,
Helix
yeah.
from it
And that's
too.
what I'm saying. It's I think like for what it is, the software is very good, but it's just there's so much you can do with it.
It's got a big learning curve for sure.
Yeah. Whereas like Tonex is just like, okay,
I would.
throw the capture you want on your pedal,
You know what I
choose
would
what you want
argue
it to
has a
do, yada
great
yada.
interface, and I feel like people don't agree with me on this. Headrush.
Fractal is the most complicated by far.
Oh yeah.
Hmm.
I feel like Headrush has a really good interface because it's simple. It's like the Fender Tone Master one. It's like
Oh, it's like a touch screen. You
and
can
it's
just drag
pictures.
stuff. Yeah.
It's like a picture of an amp and a picture of a stomp box. Like, I think that one probably is the best. That or Tone Master. Those two are really good.
Yeah.
I'm comfortable with the Helix. I've used Helix for a long time.
Yeah. And I know Casey uses the Helix too. So
Yeah.
I mean he's yeah. I have never used a Fractal. I used Helix for a while and everything like that.
We'll have to get Greg on here with his Axe effects.
Yeah, we should actually.
Mhm. Dude, I'm shout out to Greg, by the way. Can't wait to officiate your wedding, my dude. Super stoked.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yes, we're going up north for it.
Mm.
But yeah, Helix crew, let's go. That's gonna be the next hat. We have the tones and the Helixes.
Yeah.
Where
Yeah,
you-
John.
Go ahead.
Huh?
Go ahead.
Oh, so I gotta talk about an idea I was throwing around in my head today
Okay.
for no good reason.
I'm so excited.
Like I was just like, I saw this guy post in like the Worship Guitar Sounds group, and he said something about like gosh, somebody asked about something modeler related, and then somebody responded, they're like, oh well, I have a pedal board and I have a Helix, or no, and I have a Fractal or whatever, or an XFX. And they're like, so it's like the best of both worlds. So like, I mean, when I'm lazy, I can use the XFX, and when I want to, put time into it, I can use a Helix. I can use my pedal board. And there's like a really small piece of me that was like, man, I could do that with like a quad cortex. I was like, I could get like a quad cortex just to have on the side. And I'm like, trying to talk myself out of it because I'm like, that's $1,600. Like,
That's so expensive. That would be so
yeah.
cool. All right, so we're gonna transition for a second. We talked about it a little bit. E. Edwards, $100 QC patch.
Yeah.
Fair, overpriced. What do you think? What's your gut about it? I don't
So-
remember from last time we talked about it.
So Tone Junkie did an episode on that too.
Mm-hmm.
And shout out to Tone Junkie and Guitar Friends. I love their podcast.
Yeah, HW friends, we
Yep.
want you. We would love to have you on the podcast or our
Yep.
live stream if you would ever want to come hang out.
HW and Suze and John.
Yes, please come hang out.
But I okay, keep in mind, right? I have zero idea what it's like to distribute those patches, like how hard it is to distribute them. I hear what HW says, where he says he has to like fulfill those orders like
Yeah.
by hand, like he can't automate. I don't know why that is because I don't know anything about
I have no
their
idea.
system, right? But like so I don't know how hard it is, right? But to me, just in my head, like when I hear somebody say $100 for a quad cortex patch, for like a patch too, I'm like, that seems like way too much to me.
Yeah.
That just seems crazy to
But
me.
they,
Like,
I do agree with their point. I at first felt like I was really against, like, oh, dude, no way, I'm not getting that. But then I started thinking about it because, like, as you remember, side note, I feel like every time we start streaming, my face itches like crazy, or on my nose and my like lip, and I just feel like I burp the whole time because I'm a high quality podcast or live streamer. But I am thinking about it. It's all like captures. He captured all of his amps, all of his pedals, like fine tweaked everything, and it's like you're getting like a lot of money worth of gear in this patch. And like I'm thinking about myself. I need to be up a bit more. Hang on. That better?
yeah, you're definitely louder on my ears. So I have no
All
idea
right.
what it's like
Hopefully
on
I'm a
the
little bit louder
stream.
now. I do think though that like man, it takes a lot to do all those captures. And like, remember when I almost sold everything about the quad cortex like a month ago? I really have a problem that I need to fix.
Yeah.
But I was thinking like, man, if I got it Friday or Saturday and I needed to play it Sunday, $100 just to not have to deal with it anymore. I already spent $1,700 on the thing. What's another $100 at this point to just be able to play Sunday with no preparation or patch building and just go?
Yeah, and to me though, I feel the thing that like it's different strokes for different folks, you know.
Mhm.
Like for me, like I wouldn't spend that kind of money on that because I am the type, and if you're not this type of person, that's totally fine. But I'm the type of person who likes to like dial in the stuff how I want it to
Yeah.
sound. I enjoy the process of making my things from scratch as much as I can. But like, I mean, to me, it's just like it's $100, and you know, I don't know. Maybe it's $100 too because like the amount of people who use a quad cortex is small. Like
Yeah. Especially in our little bubble.
yeah, it's small in comparison to the amount of helixes out there and all that stuff, right? Like, and Helix has made it super easy. Like Line 6 has made it super easy to like fulfill orders and to like make patches and
Yeah.
share them and all that stuff. But I think, yeah, just my opinion. I think it's a little expensive, but again, that's coming from somebody with no knowledge of like the quad cortex ecosystem and how hard
Same.
it is to do that stuff. I don't know.
See, and that's where you and I differ again. Like since I bought pedals, I really like tweaking. And to my detriment, you've heard me tweak too much and then lose it and then take a week to find it again. But like,
Yeah.
when it comes to a full-on modeler, I don't really want to deal with it.
Sure.
I get that like freeze, like the overload of things just like frees me up and I can't handle it. So it's like
Yeah.
I just want the thing. I want the 8 snapshots, the 6 snapshots or whatever that give me the sounds that I want. And if I really need to edit something in there, I'll tweak that like as a starting point. But I'm going to go on a limb and say that E. Edwards of Elevation, he spent so much time meticulously tweaking those, like his Morning Glory, his HX100.
Yeah.
Like it's going to just sound good.
Yeah. And Tone Junkie brought up another good point. They said that like he's probably not going to make this is fair where it's like this is like the patch he uses on everything, on all the songs.
Yeah.
He uses this one patch. He doesn't make a patch. He might like change some settings per song and like overwrite it as another patch, do like a save as,
Mm-hmm.
but like he uses this patch on everything. And so like when you like Suze said it, he said something about like, and this is where I agree with him. He's like $100 to me, like that would be like an album. Like I would buy like if some big guitar player was like, this is like, my patch settings for
the whole
every
album.
song on this whole album
Yeah.
for $100, and they're all split to separate songs.
Yeah.
I could be like, okay, yeah, like I could see like $100 for that,
Yeah.
But like for like a single one patch, but like it's at the same time, it almost goes
It's a
both
whole
ways
discography.
on everything,
Yeah. You just got a whole discography.
Right. So like that's I don't know. Like I said, I can go both ways on it. I could see the value in it, but I could also feel like it's like a little too expensive. What do you guys think? Would you guys spend $100 on a preset, whether it was for a Helix preset or something like that, or would you guys spend $100 on it if it came from a big name player?
I would.
Yeah,
100% I would.
Well, I mean, if you look at like David Hislop too, I mean,
I used that Bethel patch from 2017 to October of 2023.
well, like how much is his Helix patch? Isn't it like $30 or something?
Yeah, under $40. Yeah, I'm pulling it up.
And that's like the Bethel sound condensed into a whole patch. I mean, no, sir. You wouldn't pay for it, Casey?
$19.99.
$20. Yeah. So that's kind of what I'm saying. Like $20 in comparison to $100, and you essentially get like the same thing,
I would buy the patch, but I would not right now. I can't imagine it's gonna stay $100 forever. Like, I want the patch, but because I want the sound, and it's just the quickest way to get there. And I don't like poking around with it. But I really believe it will dip in price eventually.
Too many options that forces the audience seems to have. Yeah, one set of versatile tones is good. That's why,
Mm-hmm.
and that's kind of what I shoot for on my board. Like
Same.
I have, the amps that I like to use, and I have like, and then I'll just throw flavors of everything else on top of it.
Yeah.
Right. And don't get me wrong, like I will occasionally use like a different amp or something like that, right?
Yeah.
Depending on what it is. Like I think I told you, John, like for like Father's Day, like one year at the church Rachel and I were attending, we
Yeah.
played like a cover, like a rewritten version of Eye of the Tiger
Oh yeah.
or something. And so like for that, I pulled up like a Marshall setting. It was just like, hey, that's just the sound,
I
Like
would
so
say
like
that's what I've been working on too. I agree. Like I put all this effort into buying all these pedals. I do think the stomp for John right now is the right option because
Yeah.
I don't have a DSO yet, or and I'm not gonna get one for a while. I think, pending some conversations, right, or some circumstances if they change. I don't see myself getting a DSO right away just because they don't sell them on Sweetwater. I need that money for some other stuff, and I have the credit. I just gotta wait with my circumstance. So like, the stomp for me is the right answer because I can just unplug one spot. I don't have to worry about auto sum like I would with a Tonex and the DSO and having to convert to mono versus stereo. It's just one button for me and one patch cable.
Yeah.
So it's like now I need to figure out, like, I'll change my amp, but I can't buy new pedals for this circumstance. Like I have to make it work with this board. Like my Rev patch that I have, I did meticulously dial in. I love my Rev amp patch, and like I have a full Helix patch as well. But now I'm like tweaking the amp because it needs to work with my Morning Glory.
Well, and I think there's something to be said for like sounding like 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 it's cool. Like I take inspiration from like, David Hislop and the way that he dials in sounds and stuff like that. But like at the end of the day, I don't want to sound exactly like him, although he's an
No.
amazing player. Like I want to just sound like me,
Yeah.
like, and I want to sound like me the best that I can.
I think I
And
said that to you the first time I heard your Tonexes. I mean, your
Oh,
Cortex
yeah.
Minis. Oh God.
yeah, my QC minis.
The QC Minis. The QCMs. Your QTMs.
Yeah.
The Barney pedal. But
Yeah.
Bradford's not real. Rewind. But no, I think that was the first thing I said to you was like, dude, you just sound like you, like a cleaner version of you.
Yeah.
Oh
And-
yeah, I don't think we're saying that either, Jetix. I don't think we're saying it's. I think like
Right.
I think it's just this is like the fun part, and yeah, I agree though. Like if you're so worried that like your tone isn't right that you can't play the song or like do the worship song if you will, like that's not the point.
Yeah,
But,
that's what it's like. Oh, like I don't sound exactly like David Hislop, so like I can't play this part. It's like, who who cares? Like it's
You're
like,
gonna Jetix, you'll appreciate this. I said this one time. I'll say I was having pop, lots and lots of soda that day, and
I feel like you have to use both terms because we're in Michigan.
Yeah, I was
So it's
drinking a
like
lot
to
of
everybody
soda,
else it's soda.
and I looked dead at a worship student. Actually, you know him, Gabe. Or I mean, Jesus Christ, who are you? I looked dead at our friend, and I went, "Oh, so you're paying a whole college tuition to be in a cover band?" And I should stress, I wasn't into worship at the time.
Yeah.
And I was the only non-worship student in that room.
Yeah.
And I looked at like 10 kids who were spending good amounts of money to learn how to
I
do
mean,
worship ministry.
Me.
I was like, oh yeah, you're just paying to be in a cover band.
Yeah.
Yeah, I almost got in a fight. Because I wanted to defend myself from all that soda.
Yeah. I mean, when you think like, so like our tuition, I don't know what it is at Liberty Jetix, but like I know like Spring Arbor, what was it, John? It was like
Depressing.
if you paid, what was it? I think it was like $30,000 for a year of just tuition, right?
Put it this way, I didn't look both ways when I crossed the street.
Too
ever.
much, yeah. Yeah.
Every time I went to the McDonald's across the street from the college, didn't
Just
look.
praying.
Yeah, I was like, I don't care.
Just hit me.
Yeah.
I feel like I did when I was in the military, I did so I had like 4 cars that I got at the time, right?
Mhm.
So this is like completely off tangent. I had like 4 cars, and one of them I had a payment on, and I was like really tired of making it. Well, like we're getting ready to evacuate us because there was like a hurricane coming through, and so they wanted to evacuate us so we could be like one of the first ones back to help out with like the hurricane stuff. And like before I left, like the car that I was like tired
Exactly,
of like
Jack.
making the payments on, dude, I literally backed it up right next to a tree. And I was just like, we'll let God decide. Like,
It's like that Kevin Hart bit. That's an orangutan. Who might have messed with God's plan? If that's her plan to die right now, who might have messed? Yeah, exactly. University buff pass, and I just go whatever works. Whatever.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
yeah. So actually, I was gonna ask you about this pedal if you knew anything about it, and then we'll see. I don't know how long have we been on. Gosh, we've been on for an
I don't
hour
know.
and a half.
Yeah, I'm having fun.
I'm having a blast. I always have a blast here, though.
Some people are showing up, so
Yep. Back to you'll never guess where I'm going next. Back to
Sweetwater.
Back to Sweetwater.
See, this is where we need another one of those things that just like pops with confetti that says Sweetwater across our screen.
Oh, like the Casey thing. I almost traded my dream. I ended up taking my dream pedal off of Reverb, off of Sweetwater Exchange, off of Marketplace. I've decided to keep it because I think it could be cool to have that if I ever have to go, because I do this all the time. But I want to start gigging again, and I think the dream pedal would be a cool one to have just to throw in my bag and just plug in with and just take whatever pedal off my board and just have like little 2 pedals. You know what I mean?
Right.
But
Well, let's ask this while John's looking some stuff up. If you guys could have like like just one pedal modeler, right? Not a multi effects, anything like that. Just some sort of a single pedal amp modeler. What would you have?
oh, mine's the dream without question.
Okay.
I love it. And because it just does just something simple. Like in the Rob Chapman, have you seen the video where Rob has to pick his rig for under $1,000?
Yeah.
He did.
Oh, and sorry, just to add some small little specification in there. Like, you don't get any like if it's like a Tonex where like it can do like a drive pedal or whatever, that's fine. But I mean like no multi effects in terms of
No
like
stomps, no Cortexes.
yeah, like no reverbs, delays, like choruses, anything like that. Just let's just say amp and maybe an overdrive. You know.
So a guy offered to trade me this, which I knew nothing about before seeing it that
Oh
day.
yeah.
It looked cool. I actually kind of want one still.
Walrus makes some of the coolest looking pedals.
They really do. And then the mono synth pedal.
Ruby. Good choice.
Yeah, the Ruby's sick. And then this one with the other one he offered me. He offered me these 2 pedals for my dream pedal. I almost said yes. But I got a little nervous and I didn't do it. Because I don't know anything. I don't use these pedals everywhere. What up? Good to see you, man.
Sansamp stuff.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's awesome.
Awesome.
Okay, so this is actually a fun story.
And
real quick.
Ruby. Yep. 2 rubies and a Sansamp. All right.
So I work in finance for my day job. And I told this to Patrick. I actually didn't get to call and tell you about it. I texted you about it, though. Do you remember this last Saturday?
Yeah.
So.
Oh, and Justin says the ARP87 is amazing.
Okay, so was I mistaken to not get rid of my dream and take that and the mono synth?
I personally, I think the fact that you have your HX Stomp, I would just rip that off your board and take that. If you wanted to just gig somewhere with a single pedal,
I mean, that's what I would end up taking. All right, so I might post the dream again. But I do like it. I don't know if I want to get rid of it yet, so I'm holding on to it. But so this guy came into my work, and 9 to 5 job. It was a Saturday, so it was a 9 to 1. And we're talking, and I noticed he had a Fender shirt on. I was like, "Oh, dude, you're a guitar player." Yeah, obviously the Metal Zone's coming, but that was unspoken. I was like, "Dude, I'm a guitar player too. What do you do?" And he goes, "Actually, I make guitar pedals." I'm like, "Oh, that's so cool." He goes, "My company's ISP." I'm like, "Wait, what?" He goes, "Like the Decimator. Like that's my pedal."
Yeah, that's crazy.
So, and he's in a Christian progressive rock band. That's like what he does on the weekends for fun.
John's gonna track him down.
But he's like a super cool dude. Yeah, super cool dude. And he's super low key. He was telling me did you know he makes FRFR cabs? He makes like these whole like, hang on, I have to pull it up real quick before you start playing, Patrick, because this stuff's just crazy. Yeah, the Decimator is when I tried to tell my coworker about this, she also did not care. But, like, not in a mean way. She just, like, knows nothing about this world.
Really quick, though. Hey, Justin, what time is it for you right now?
So they're in Michigan with me, but he makes, like, these cool guitar pedals. So he makes preamp pedals as well. Obviously, we all know the Decimator. But this thing, the Theta Pro, it's like a preamp floor control full system. The Theta Pro, Michael Sweet edition, the bass Theta Pro. But he also, where is it? Oh, he makes a rack mount Decimator. I didn't know that. He makes this little mini pedal Decimator now. I want to find the cab. Oh, these. He makes like floor monitors now and stuff. Here it is. Look at this. A sub cab. Like, he makes some legit stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, here it is. Oh, they got Celestian cabs. Okay. That's pretty cool. But, like, yeah. So that was a fun, like, the dude was totally unassuming. This quiet, low-key dude just, you know, living his best life, smiling away. And I was like, that's a cool Fender shirt. He's like, I make the Decimator. Like, what the hell? Like,
that's crazy.
Yeah. But, all right, we need to hear a little bit of tones before we log off for the night.
All right, let's see here. Do you have the volume?
Yep,
set?
I'm turning it down right now. So I do have to, if it's too low, let me know. I have to kind of lower the zoom volume on OBS because Patrick puts out a ton of signal because it's through Zoom. So if it's too quiet, let me know. If it's too loud, let me know. We'll adjust as we go. Can you do a little less reverb when you do that Gable Price part?
Oh, I totally can. I just have to find a preset that I have less reverb on.
Oh, if you don't, it's okay.
Yeah, not immediately.
Oh, not immediately. Okay. It's clipping a little bit. All right, I have it down. All right. I have it down 22 dB right now on OBS because Zoom, I think, just pushes so much extra volume on Patrick's tone.
Crazy with Zoom because, like, I'm not even remotely, like, clipping my preamp in my, like, kind of my off-board interface, if you will. So it's kind of crazy. I don't understand why it does that, but
yeah, I have him all the way down 24.6 dB. Go ahead and play again. Yeah, and you're still pushing crazy volume. Give us all the gain. Ooh, okay. Patrick, what's your favorite? JetX just asked, what's our favorite worship lead of all time?
like favorite lead line.
Yeah, so he said his is basically Glorious Day.
Because I'm basic. Yes. Chimera Pro Sonic. And here's some hair on it.
It's definitely clipping my ears, but it's not clipping Zoom, I think, right now, so that's good.
Okay. Yeah, that's yeah. Anyway, there was a little sound sample.
A little soundy sample-y.
Hopefully it sounded okay.
It did sound good. It still sounds good even when it clips.
I can't wrap my head around why it keeps clipping like that on Zoom.
It's just Zoom somehow. But I would say, okay, my favorite lead line, oh gosh, that's tough. maybe We Praise You, because it's the first one that really caught me when I was playing and taking worship seriously, like as a musician. The popular song at the time was We Praise You at the church I was at. So that might be mine. That intro, that bada bada bada. Heaven Invade. Oh yeah, Heaven Invade is a blast to play. I played that at CIY, and that was so much fun.
I actually haven't played Heaven Invade yet, so I'll need to.
You need to learn Heaven Invade. You know what? I might make a cover of how I play Heaven Invade, because that's so much fun.
Yeah. Oh man, my favorite lead.
It's Glorious Day.
No, I don't. I feel like it used to be. I feel like honestly, I feel like I'm gonna say something really like basic and old.
Okay.
I love like the intro part to like Hosanna, like by Hillsong.
Oh, is that the one that's like ba-da-na-na-na-na-na?
Yeah.
That one's great.
Yeah.
That one's an awesome one. The line at Son of Suffering right after the bridges, it's like that your cross.
Yeah.
Like right at the hits at that part.
Yeah.
I love that line a lot too. That one, when I first played it, it was an Easter service. Oh man, I gotta tell you,
Right.
I was full on like head banging body, like just
Yeah.
in it.
Yeah, that is a great song. I do love that. I honestly, there's like so much Bethel stuff. Like if you asked me in college,
Bethel.
which this is, I made a joke about this.
Brandon
So,
Lake, next question.
like if you asked me in college what I liked, I would say like I played like the Lion and the Lamb all the time.
I've never played that song.
Really? Yeah, I made a joke to my wife because we're opening for Leland, and I made a joke. I was just like, we should play for the Lion and the Lamb, like before he goes on.
Could you imagine how crappy that would be?
They just take his own song.
That's like playing Rage Against the Machine, like Killing in the Name of, opening for Rage Against the Machine.
Yeah. So I mean, anyway, I played that one all the time, but like I love like a lot of like Bethel's lead parts. Like I just think
Bethel's
they're
got great lead parts.
yeah. I think a song that I actually really like a lot too. It's not like a difficult lead. It's not like challenging or anything like that.
I'm gonna grab my acoustic because there's a part I want to talk about, but keep playing or keep talking.
Yeah. So it's not really challenging, but like it's a Lion by Elevation. I love that song. Like it's just got such like a rocky vibe to it, and I get to use my Ebo, which is even like more fun. Oh yeah. We're opening for Leland in July. So should be fun. It's the church I go to, so we're playing for them. Yeah.
This might not be in tune.
Oh, is it your acoustic?
Yeah.
I've been wondering how your acoustic would sound. Oh yeah, Casey, I love that.
Trying to find my capo. Oh, here it is.
Yeah, I love playing the slide parts in there. In Lion. Casey, do you use the Ebo? Yeah, I have been wondering how your guitar would sound with that mic because I can't tell. Is that a small diaphragm? Like it looks like it's like like a large diaphragm package, but the actual like
So out of tune.
thing looks really small.
We're gonna just casually tune real quick. I don't know. Let's find out. It's also not set up for that in any way, shape, or form, so it could sound like
Doo doo.
Yes, thank you. That's the word I was looking for doo doo. Thank you, Fender Phone Tuner. So I do not have like perfect pitch. I barely have relative pitch. In my head, that B string, when I just played it by itself with no reference, I was like, that's cool. Crazy. I have it with like my electric guitar. Like I can like very quickly. I feel like my ear training's gotten better, but like anything that's not like a driven, crazy, wet sound, I'm like, I have no idea.
What kind of acoustic do you all play? Casey, after talking to you, I'm sure you have several.
My headstock tuner's upstairs. All right, there we go.
I have a Martin. Okay. Martin Grand Orchestra. Okay. Oh, a bourgeois. I have played a bourgeois. When I was in college, I had to take like fingerstyle guitar lessons, and my teacher, he has won like a handful of like competitions. His name is David Youngman, and he has like he had me come to his studio one time, and he set this guitar in my lap, and he was like, "Play this," and I started playing. He's like, "What do you think?" I'm like, "This is amazing." He's like, "Oh, that's like a $25,000 bourgeois guitar that I won in like a fingerstyle competition." I was like, "What?" That's just crazy.
Yeah, I always like love my acoustic guitar when I have to, like, after I have to play it for a little bit. So
Oh, that's awesome.
yeah,
I wish I had my first acoustic. I don't. I don't have my first anything. It's all gone.
my first acoustic was a first act black laminate topped, all black, gigantic, like full on Tenacious D style guitar.
Oh yeah,
Not
yeah,
like
yeah.
the double cut SG acoustic, but it was definitely that vibe.
Kyle's guitar.
Yeah, it was definitely it was definitely that vibe. But what is that?
Oh, that's cool. I've always wanted to play a banjo.
How did that go?
It's not really coming through that much on my end.
Oh, I had to put this down more. Oh God.
Oh yeah, I believe it, man. Some of those acoustics, dude. Like yeah.
What's the one that your buddy makes?
So yeah, the worship leader at my church. His name is Steven Ziegenfuss. So his guitar, so another hard to pronounce and spell last name, but he makes Ziegenfuss guitars. So he's a luthier. He has built stuff for like Phil Wickham at his at-home sessions. That you can see those on his at-home sessions he played for during COVID. And then he's built for John Foreman from Switchfoot. He has some stuff going for Corey Asbury right now, and like Andy Rozier from Vertical Church, which we're actually, so the concert that we're playing where we're opening for Leland, we have a couple I think one or two of the Vertical guys coming to sing with us, so that'll be a lot of fun too. John, you should pull up, we should do like a YouTube search or something.
Okay, let me set this down.
He might have a. Let me see. Let me see if he still has a functioning website.
Yeah, he does. I looked at it not too long ago. All right, let me look.
If he does, here. Okay. I'll paste the link.
All these crazy ads, all these crazy purchases all of a sudden, and all of them just say WGC boys. It's insane.
Yeah. I have a guitar coming from him at some point.
Oh yeah, have any updates on that build?
Yeah, yep. He did leave Vertical. He went to New Life. Yeah, him and Steven are really close friends. But yeah, Andy's coming to the lead with us. He's one of the guys coming.
So here's the Ziegenfuss for those of you who are watching. Buckle up.
Um,
Buckaroo. Oh, he makes basses. I like that bass a lot.
Oh yeah, yeah. His basses are crazy.
I think that bass might be actually one of my favorite things on these pictures. The bass is sweet.
In the electric, his main one, which is I think the single cut. I think the guys from Anberlin play some of his stuff.
That's cool. The P90.
Yeah.
I like the hollow body he has. That's pretty cool.
Yeah. If you go to if you go to YouTube and like if you look up like the Phil Wickham home sessions, I think he if I remember right, like in a few of them he's playing as Ziegenfuss.
Oh, I will remain. I met Phil Wickham's guitar player not too long ago at a worship night
did
I
you?
was at. Yeah, remember the worship night I played for my buddy's church?
Yeah.
One of
Oh
the
wait,
guys,
go up a little bit. Oh, sorry. Here, I'm gonna go to Zoom so I can see where you're at.
yeah,
'cause
you
I-
might want to actually.
Yeah. That's it right there. I think.
Graves?
No,
I
no.
got a
Go back.
streaming deal.
Go back. Up, down. I tried to see the. Oh, so there's one right there of him playing it. It's
In
the
Christ
In
Alone.
Christ
Oh, yeah, there it
Alone.
is. Let's listen to it.
Yep. So that's the one that Steven built for him. Also, that microphone is a Manly mic.
So
The
nice.
brand. It's like a $5,000 mic.
Easily. Is Steven a fan of Lord of the Rings by any chance?
I don't know.
His logo, I know it's his name, it's like his signature probably. It
Yeah.
definitely looks like some Lord of the Ring.
Oh, sure. Yeah, like it's engraved on the ring.
Mhm.
What is that, Elvish or something?
Doesn't it? Ziggin.
Oh, you had a Manly for a while? Man, dude, they sound insane. That warm audio mic has been great. I used that this week for a couple studio recordings and everything like that, and it sounds so good. I used it on an acoustic and vocals and everything like that. It sounds great. And that's because I can't afford a Neumann, but I'm not upset about that. So,
Pretty sure Ryan Kirby is a big, mainly mic guy. When he does covers.
oh, maybe.
I'm just looking.
You miss it. What's your go-to mic right now, Casey, for like recording like vocals and stuff?
Who was it? I gotta just find it. Doesn't matter right now. Oh, is it that Neumann? No, what's the one? What's the warm audio one? The version of?
What I have?
Yeah.
It's like a
Neumann.
recreation of like a Neumann U87.
Didn't Casey said he had that one?
He might have had that one, I can't remember, but I know he said that he actually had the mic that I had too. Like he tried that one out for a little bit too.
I'll show you what y'all need. Listen, you don't need these
Okay.
$500,000 things. Get yourself an SM58. Not even one, just
57.
one. Nope, it's a 58. Come on. Just get yourself 58. Go Alex Terrible style, just smash your head with it. You know, use it to put nails in your house, and then go on stage with it. It works fine.
To put nails in your house. Use it to redo your roof.
Yeah. You know, use it to take a loan out on your house. Drive to work with it. Use it for your car. Comb your hair.
Yeah. I mean, it's like a bulletproof mic.
It is. This mic's cool.
414. What is that? Is that a
BULS?
BULS? I don't know if I've seen that one yet.
SM58 equals
Yeah.
Nokia.
That's
It really
accurate.
does.
Yep.
Listen,
Yep.
listen. Look, can we go BlackBerry? Because I'm a BlackBerry fan. I've broken a floor tile with a 57.
And it still works.
I don't know what to say about that floor tile, but
Yeah. That's great.
that was really funny. Equals Nokia. Gosh, wrecked.
Nah, I have a 57 that I use for other stuff and everything like that, but like, man, I don't know. Now I think the next thing I'm after is like a matched pair of small diaphragm condensers. So I'm not sure what I'm going to get yet. If you have any suggestions, let me know though. Not the Neumanns. I don't have Neumann kind of money here.
JetX, why do you think that the acoustic guitar is seriously downplayed in worship? I feel I would be curious to hear why you say that. I don't know if I fully agree with that without knowing your full opinion on that. I feel like it has a pretty good spot.
Well, I think if I
I,
was gonna guess what Jetix would say without hearing it yet, without seeing it, I would guess that like
absolutely
it's
the OG
mostly
Warlord.
I would guess that it's mostly like the acoustic guitar has been kind of pigeonholed to like just a rhythmic
Oh,
instrument.
sure. Okay.
Like it doesn't do anything super special. It just kind of plays, your main chords and that's it.
Sure. Maybe. I mean, I guess, yeah, that makes sense. I mean, I guess if I just to use that Phil Wickham bit, though, like that Phil Wickham bit did way more justice to it. I would say Run Collective does a great job of making the acoustic guitar shine.
Yeah. Well, they're more of like a folky kind of
Yeah. I feel like
feel anyway.
I feel like what I like about the acoustic, I think you have a bigger role it should be
Yeah.
in rhythm and accompanying.
Yep. Yeah.
So what would be the ideal spot for it then to help catch me up? What would be like the ideal spot to put it then if it needs a new spot? I'm paraphrasing with that word, but you know.
So I think, I was right then. I think in what he meant.
I think
Like,
so.
that's- yeah.
Okay, so then what would you say, Patrick? To another spot for it that could make it shine more and give it a little more oomph. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I don't know. I still appreciate the acoustic guitar sound, but sometimes honestly, I just appreciate like the simple chord strumming.
Yeah.
Like you could do special things with it. But like I still like kind of just appreciate that. But I like when it comes to like acoustic recordings, like I said, this one I just did this week, um, for our church, and I think John has heard a little bit of it. Like
Yes, I
it's a
did. By
lot.
the way, I forgot to respond, but I did.
Oh yeah, it's a lot more like it's an acoustic song. So lots of finger picking, a lot of like embellishments and stuff like that, and it sounds great. I love that. So like
Yeah.
I think it just depends on like the context, like where it all fits in.
Yeah, because I mean, I would say like, and I don't think I'm disagreeing with you, and if I am, I don't mean to, because I do agree with you. I think to add to that, like, I like to think about the song even when I'm playing lead guitar, or if I'm on a one guitar band. It's more important for me personally. Like I feel more like focused on the mix than I do like the lead work, if that makes sense. So like even if I think the lead line's sick, but like there's no rhythm section, like I am so reliant on the acoustic guitar sometimes because they fill out the space that I'm missing, or like I know the acoustic guitar needs my rhythm. You know what I mean? Like I like,
Yeah.
I feel like the space that it fills up is so important, and it would feel almost goofy at times, but I could just be only thinking about certain songs right now, right? I could be missing something.
Right. Right.
I'm bitter because I went to apply at a church with an acoustic guitar, and they wouldn't even consider anyone who wasn't also a singer.
Yeah, that's
Okay, yeah,
that
that's different. That to me is a whole other thing, and I agree. That is a little odd.
I feel like that's hey, Jetix, I'm in the exact same boat as you. Like I went to college for worship, like that, and I'm not a singer. I'm not a good singer by any means, so I just don't. I love MDing. I love, directing. I love doing all that stuff, and I like to think I'm pretty decent at it. But
Yeah, right.
it's hard to become a worship leader at a church and not be a singer, and then you're always expected to lead from acoustic too, which is just
Yeah.
it's fine.
I've
But,
led from electric,
I've
and people give me crazy looks.
yeah. Yeah. I don't know, I love playing electric though. Like I just have so much fun playing electric.
Yeah.
Like that's just what I've defaulted to, and that's what I like doing. But yeah.
Yeah, I had a lot of fun. I did lead electric at my old church, and I had to also sing that weekend. So the rhythm player was not at a point where he was comfortable playing leads that weekend. He just in his own personal development. So I was the MD. I did all of Ableton. I led and I played EG, and I had a lot of fun with my MDing stuff. Like I learning MIDI on Ableton, like switching parts on and off, and playing almost like I was playing with Ableton as my second guitar player, if you will. And that was a ton of fun. And playing "This Is Our God" as if I felt like I was Patrick Stump from Fall Out Boy. Because remember the day when you are like, because it fit perfectly like an American Idiot almost. Like
You mean like nobody can understand you?
yeah, no, I sing like a South Park character from Canada, but like. No, but okay, so you know how American Idiot, it's like Don't wanna be an American. Da 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 da.
Yeah.
That's what playing "This Is Our God" and doing lead guitar feels like. Like it's the same thing.
You mean like singing it and
Yeah,
playing
singing
it?
and playing it, because like you don't play electric when he's singing. It's just like nothing. Like
Yeah, I've seen some people who are like, there's a video that HW put out of himself not too long ago of like, and for those of you who don't know, which I'm sure most of you do, HW is Tone Junkie. He's
yep.
the main guy at Tone Junkie. He's awesome. Um, but he put out a video of him like doing a cover of a Switchfoot song from like 10 years ago.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, and he's like playing lead and singing and everything all at the same time. And he's good. I was like, I had no idea this man could sing. I was like, I knew he could play guitar and I knew he was good, but
That's cool.
yeah, he was playing lead and singing at the same time. I was like, that's crazy. I can't do that. I can talk. I can like talk and play lead at the same time, but I can't sing. It's just something different. I don't know.
Yeah, I could at one point. I bet if I practiced, I would have a much better time. Like when I played in a metal band, I did Beartooth, and I would scream, and I would do rhythm or guitar too, because it's not really a lead. It's just them playing the same thing over and over in a good way. Like
Right.
that was a ton of fun, just to scream and just. But like I think my most impressive musician when I think of this, Trivium, Matt Heafy. Have you ever watched that man play?
Yeah.
Dude, he plays some ripping leads when he's just singing.
Yeah.
And it's like, I just want to throw my guitar away. It's like right in the trash can, go upstairs, cry.
Hey, Justin said, play lead and led Phil Wickham's Great Things. All was okay until the bridge. Yeah. How so I know now we know Jedix doesn't sing really. We know Justin does. Does Casey, do you sing?
We are switching to the overhead headphones while you're doing this, because 2.5 hours in these in-ears is starting to get feely. Oh.
Yeah. You'd think they would be a lot more comfortable because you probably can't even hear me. I was gonna say I have my custom mold in ears, but like mine are fairly comfortable, but they're made to fit me. So I mean, I sing, I just can't hit the octave jump. Oh yeah. Okay. Well, you do more than me, my friend.
Woo. All right, we're back. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay.
Got those ATH or ATH
Yes.
M50Xs.
It was just, man, these all I do. All right, shameless plug. I do.
You know,
love-
I'm sorry. I'm gonna ban you from making any sort of like little plug things like that. Not plug. I'm sorry, but making like the little banner things that pop
the
up.
stingers, yeah.
Yeah, you just have to sing it every time.
All right, so shameless plug. And I'll make the stinger with no audio.
Yeah, there you go.
But I do love my all clairs. They're really comfortable. They sound great, but I feel like 2.5 hours in any in-ear is just kind of brutal, unless you're like Taylor Swift.
I have like 5 pairs of over-ear headphones. I have these, which are my main ones. I have a pair of M50Xs.
Yep.
I have a pair of the Steven Slate, like the VSX headphones for like mixing stuff.
I do think my over-ears sound better than my in-ears. I will say that. I don't think anyone argues that,
Yeah.
but mine definitely sound better.
I also have a pair of AKGs that Rachel uses a lot of the time.
Yeah.
But these are definitely my main ones. I love these things.
I have my all clairs.
Oh, and I'm all clairs also, yeah.
I have Shure 215s that I had for years. They still work great. I've only replaced the cord once, and that wasn't because the cord wasn't working. It was because I needed a longer cord, because every time I would stand up straight, the cord would like come out of the pack. And then I have these, and then I have a backup pair of like these like not crappy, affordable, we'll say, like Rob Chapman. Affordable. Hard plastic, like Shure over-ear headphones. They don't come down on one side. They come down separate like this and go to the middle. Real cool.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
one of my main 4 headphones. I mean, I use these in my all clears pretty much exclusively. I was looking around. Yeah, I didn't want to get rid of the shirts just in case.
I use these a lot for mixing and everything. And I don't know. I love these things, and they're so comfortable. Like I almost, I can wear them for like hours.
That's how I feel
not
about
have
these
any
headphones.
issues.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just felt like the only thing I didn't like about the M50s is like they felt like a little bass heavy to me. Just like yeah. They're like they just felt like a little bass heavy, you know, but like I still use them for like people who I have like yeah. I still use them for people to like monitor through when I'm like tracking them and stuff like that.
Oh yeah, they're great for that.
Yeah.
I do like I've dialed in my like listening to my Helix, my Stomp compared to in my all clears sounds very different than my listening to my Stomp in a recording or in my headphones. Like they just lose a lot of low end, but whatever. I'm just used to it, I guess. But all right, lads, chaps, homies, bro hands. This has been a
solid 2 hours.
2.5 hours of live. Well, we've been on the Zoom for 2.5 hours. 2 hours of live streaming. Thank you so much for hanging out with us the whole time. This is so much fun. We're going to do this every Friday, probably around the same time, 9 o'clock. I think it's going to be our go-to time with, work and not being full-time YouTubers yet. Maybe one day. Who's to say? But, yeah, 9 o'clock Friday nights is going to be the hangout time. Who knows what we're going to do in the meantime? We're working on different videos. You can check out our Quad Cortex Mini Patrick video soon. Yeah. Follow us online. What is mine? John H. Kroll. For me on Instagram, Worship Gear Co. on Instagram, and then Veritones with a couple Z's at the end for Patrick. Hang out with us. We love it. Y'all have a good night. You guys too. Thank you so much for hanging, and we will see you guys in the next one, all right?
Yep. See y'all later.
Peace.